Makes me mad. We're live. Hi. Good morning.
Hey,
Hi,
I
Deb.
wasn't paying attention
Hi,
that you
Deb.
were live.
Just getting plans. You said I can't get onto my live. Hi, Deb.
I wasn't paying attention that you were live. She's on.
I got on. Well, it wasn't letting me type though.
I'm going to turn my volume off because you know who's going to call me?
How come I can't type on it? Join us. I'm joined.
I don't know. Hey, Donna. Donna, I just sent you the link. Hey, Debbie.
Why can't I do stuff?
I don't know why why can't she do stuff?
Well, I'm on a delay because I can't. I see it, but I don't.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm sideways. Oh, well.
Debbie says she can't see the chat because she's shopping. Hey,
Right.
G.
Hi, G. Well.
Hi, Ann.
Hi, Ann. Can we say it at the same time? Just wait till it comes in the other chat. I feel bad. What's going on with my... I used to be able to like go on before the show and say good morning, everybody.
Right.
Like right now, I can't even do the chat.
Right.
Why?
Debbie G says good morning.
Good morning, G. How are you?
Debbie can't read the chat, y'all. She's at Walmart buying plants.
Well, good for her. We don't even... It's not plant season for us.
Good morning, Bella. Lay down.
Everybody, I feel like the old lady who needs help with every single thing. Yeah. What says we're live? Oh, I hear the TV's going on. There we go. I got it.
Oh, she got it. Yay. So how's everybody doing this morning?
How are you doing this morning?
Busy running, you know.
Look at my hair growing in.
I see your hair growing.
I'm going to look different.
It'll be beautiful. Leave it. You really can't see it. I can't see it.
Not yet. Give it a couple months.
Okay. It'll be fine. We're good. I'm good. I guess I'm good. As good as I'm going to be. How about you, Suzy?
All right. I've been suffering with I think it's sciatic nerve and that, what do they call those areas that get inflamed?
Bursas? You bursa?
I don't know. It was in my, hi, Jamie. It was in my sacroiliac, my lower back on the right side specifically. And sometimes the pain goes down, but there's this knot of pain right there that was preventing me from bending all the way down for weeks. And I can finally bend, which is a good thing, but like it still hurts, but I can at least touch the ground. Like I couldn't even touch the ground. Anyway.
Lots of times I can't even touch the ground.
It's because like, I've been moving stuff and packing stuff. And I thought this is the worst time to get some kind of back injury for me. I mean, and it doesn't mean it's not going to get re-inflamed. I mean, it's still inflamed. It just, I was in such pain. You know, those kind of painful days where you feel nothing's making it go away and you are not enjoying life, period. That was what it's like. I couldn't even get in the truck, like without lifting I had to pull on my jeans to make my leg go up.
Oh, geez. You sound like my mama now.
Well, it was like how I was for weeks. And I'm hoping I can, physical therapy myself. Work out. Stretch. I don't know. I'm still confused about what to do about living in Pennsylvania. The only time you touch the ground is because you fall.
Oh, man. I know that feeling too.
Yeah. It was to the point where if I drop like soap in the shower, I'm like, let me use another one that's
I know. Precious, quit being greedy.
And when I'm looking at houses, and when I saw one that had like handles, like
that's a handicap equipment.
I was thinking that's a good thing to have. There was one that had a stair lift, and Tony's like, I guess we can get rid of that. I go, why would we get rid of that?
I know. No, don't get rid of that.
Like, that's fantastic.
And those are expensive.
Yeah. And he's looking at me like, what are you talking? And I'm like, dude, I could like it's like, which knee's gonna hurt today, my right or my left? And he doesn't live in my body. He doesn't know.
Right.
There was
Right.
one of the bedrooms in one of the houses we looked at was on the third floor, and I said to the realtor, "Is there any way we could live on the second floor?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "I don't want to walk up 2 flights of stairs right when I'm
Right.
tired." Oh my
And
gosh.
don't you say you walk up and down now a
I
lot?
do. I mean, I try to do it like 20 times a day just for exercise, but by like 11 o'clock at night, if I feel that like first wave of sleepiness coming on and I'm not in bed, I might as well just go to bed kind of at
Mm-hmm.
2 in the morning.
Right. Right.
But
I hear
when you're
that.
really sleepy and you don't want to wake yourself up, like I feel like we have to be toddlers now and get into our pajamas while we watch TV. So if I start to feel sleepy, I could just like go to sleep.
Right.
It's
I
sad.
know.
That's what growing old is like.
I know. I dozed off on my chair last night, and I had Bella on my lap, so my leg was numb. I had Precious tucked in this corner, and I'm like, "What time it is?" He goes, 9:30. I'm like, I must have been sleeping already for like 30 minutes at least, but it felt like all night.
When when you sent me that text and you said I'm so exhausted, I thought it was so gloomy all day and it was already dark for hours. And when you said that, I go, well, it's night. That's why you're exhausted. And then I'm thinking, oh, it's only like 7:30.
Hey, Jennifer. I know. It's crazy.
Well, in 2 weeks, I'm gonna be, what is it? 50-12?
You gonna be what?
50-12. I
I
thought,
know, right, G?
no, I never thought I'd be that lady. But
No. I
you know
know.
what?
Sometimes
Even
I think I need to get me one of those call buttons
if I
because
if I had the call button and it was leading to where my husband is, he wouldn't hear it anyway. It would have to shock him. Like I'd have to give him like a shock call. I used to think
Jennifer says 62.
50-12. That's what you didn't see. You didn't like. You're like what? And you're like, yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
soon.
It's yep. It's soon. When people say like, well, I'm nearly 60, it makes you kind of think maybe they're 59 or 58.
Uh huh.
I still want to say it, but like if I let my roots grow in more, then people will see. I should stop using that. I was just saying, if you use the castor oil, they say it makes you look young. I haven't seen that happen.
Anne says she's there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know whether to say congratulations and or I'm sorry.
I'll be
No,
61.
we,
So,
we you know what? It beats the alternative. I'd rather be over the hill than under the hill. So, okay, what are we
yeah.
gonna do? We have no choice.
Although my husband makes 61 before I do. So,
But if I follow my sadly, I do all these weird things. I have to worry about something. There has to be a worry du jour, if not 10 or 20. But when I started doing the math of all the families members who passed away and averaging it out, I go, I got like 10 more years, honey. He's like, what? I go, both
are
of
you
my
crazy?
parents died in their early 70s. It's like, what do I want to do in my last 10 years?
Right.
I don't know how
Yeah.
many years I got. I could die today or tomorrow. It's sad, but everybody could. It's like,
Hmm.
but if you figure, if you could try to do, something pleasant, what would you do? You
Right.
talk about cruises a lot. I wanted to go on a honeymoon. I thought
My
that
kids don't want to go anymore.
your kids don't want to.
Well, Sean doesn't want to. Thomas does, but so we were going to try to go to Tennessee, and he still don't want to go there. So I don't know what we're going to do.
Maybe you can. Oh, and that's good. She says she's ecstatic to make that age. Well, congratulations. It feels
Yeah,
good.
that's awesome, Ian, that you made it there, and you'll be fine, honey.
So
I feel like I'm sitting on the ground today.
I put a I put a cushion under me and a pillow from her back. Tony keeps saying, "So what are you getting rid of? What are you getting rid of?" And I'm like thinking,
Wait, he said what?
like he's asking me what do I want to get rid of for like before we move. And I thought I was getting rid of a couch, and then furniture's so expensive, even though they're crappy. I thought we'll have nothing to sit on except for like dining room chairs. it's good. We're gonna have to take at least one of these old heavy couches. I didn't want to be that person that had to like play a couch like Roseanne had. I mean, they're not plaid, but I mean they're equally old looking in my
Uh
opinion.
huh.
They're like just old leather couches from.
Right.
Believe me, we got our money's worth out of them.
Right.
I did. I got it like at night. My couch is from 1990. It's old. I bet there's some people who watch this and they're not even from then.
Oh,
I used to like when people say, "Oh, honey, I got bras older than you in my drawer," and I'm thinking, "Well, my couches are older than you."
right. Good for you, Ann. Gee, any word on the houses? Did you find one you like yet?
Gee, where are you living in Ohio? Are you? Would you look near Young? Is it called Youngstown? Youngstown. I would be like, if I should enter into
No.
negotiations in Punxsutawney, it wouldn't be that far away. Every now and again, the real estate app sends me houses in Maryland, in West
Mm-hmm.
Virginia, and in Ohio, and I keep thinking, I've never searched in those areas. Well, one time I was going along. Um, is it Lake Erie that's there?
Yeah, he said they're sold as soon as they go up.
The thing about like the houses I'm looking at, they've been one of them's been on the market for 13 months. And in my, from what I gather, if something's on the market for more than a couple months, it's
Mm-hmm.
way overpriced.
Right.
And I don't want to be that person. Like, what if? Good
Hey,
morning,
Carol.
Carol. Can't know how. It's anyway. I'm a little scared to buy the most expensive. Not it's not the most expensive. There's
Mm-hmm.
three houses in the whole town that would be more money
Right.
at this point. But like, I mean, we're talking like outskirts and mansions that look like your dream home in a magazine. Like, it's not even, it can't even compare. It's not a comp. You can't comp to that. We saw one house that was like big stones and flying buttresses and all sorts of
Oh, the
amazing
stone house.
things. There was like, it was, no, I mean, it was 3,500,000. And then they said it's only like 3 bedrooms. And I thought,
Wow.
the
Like
house,
I identified the houses she looks like the one with the grill, or the one with the two kitchens, or the one with the, she can't tell me where they're at. So I just like,
I
I
know.
won't remember.
I mean, Tony doesn't even remember. And he's like, he's actually thinking about living there with me. So he's like, I don't know what house you're referring to. And I go, orange roof. And, I have to say something.
Right, right, right.
Go, no front stoop. I don't know.
That's funny.
There's one house that was Amish ish. And
Amish-ish.
well, it's like right, it's in Smicksburg and it's like population 67. Okay.
Wow.
So we would be like, we would, we might top it. Like if somebody had a baby and then we moved there, they might have 70 people. Anyway, it's very small. The only restaurant in town closes at 3 o'clock. And I'm like, what?
Wait, the closest town does what?
the there's a little like artsy community,
Uh-huh.
really like down the street, like a couple blocks away, and the restaurant in town closes at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
we have a lot of restaurants here. They close at 2. They basically open for the lunch crowd, and that's it.
Well, I'm assuming. I mean, he was a surgeon in Pittsburgh, and he moved out there to get out of the. I don't know. Maybe he got sued and he didn't want to pay malpractice insurance. I don't know what his story is. He's a really nice guy. Supposedly loves what he does. So they opened up this little country restaurant, and it's supposed to be good, but come on, let us have
Yeah.
supper once in a while. Even the restaurants that serve supper sometimes close at 8, and it's like we like to sometimes go out to eat
Mm-hmm.
at 8 or 9.
Right.
Yeah, it gonna happen.
Yeah. None of the restaurant, like the little mom and pops here, they all close at 2 because they do a lot of orders for the plants around.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm bleeding. I used one of these little things and I cut my cuticle. Well, I cut it, and I'm
Yeah.
on Plavix,
Well,
so I just bleed like a pig.
I mean, there's another weird thing about. I was like googling.
Exactly, Jennifer.
I was googling all the restaurants in the towns. The two houses we like are in one city, and I was googling the menus, and they all have the same sort of things. But one might have breakfast, and then one might have pizza. But the basic menu with is the same for like food,
Right.
and there's nothing with like unusual food. Oh, and the Mexican restaurant on every description of the item says if the food's not cooked right, you risk a chance of foodborne illness. And I'm like, do they have to put it after every item? That makes it sound like I'm not eating it. That food's contaminated. I don't know.
Right.
Guess right. Yeah. And that was another thing. Like a lot of the restaurants will close Mondays. And so if we drive all the way from, here to there, it's a 5.5 hour drive, maybe 6.
Right. Right.
And then we can't eat when we get there.
Right. You'd have to get like
We have to eat at Walmart.
old McDonald's or something. Right.
It would be so disappointing. I mean, you know what I mean. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. And then if we look toward New Jersey, like the houses in Pennsylvania, but it's the prices are. I mean, we could find a house with a similar price or like no yard at all. It's attached to the next house, kind of. It's sad. It's hard to pick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I saw 2 houses that really, really were in my price range and I liked, but the one that we put the contract in on had all those termite damage. So what are you gonna do? There was another house I really, really liked. It went in a week. I didn't even we were making an appointment to go see it
What are you
and
doing?
sold.
Lay down.
The Geno's.
Lay down. Lay down.
I gotta whine. I mean, I'm sorry for whining. We could live here.
Bella.
What's up with Bella? What? Why is that funny?
She just got her head like.
Oh, okay. Now I see. Precious's head was blocking her head.
She's just resting on the handle.
Norton does. He puts his head down. Like instead of climbing on the sofa, he'll just put his head on it.
Right.
And when we had an ottoman out there, he would put the ottoman under his legs, so it was like on his belly, but his legs in the front and legs in the back would be off of it. And Tony's like, "What is this nonsense?" So,
no. Thomas took you out twice, Bella. And you're going to learn that other people can take you out.
Well, one of the houses we liked was near a shooting range. And yeah, I have a dog who's scared of fireworks, thunder, and loud noises. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to put her through that. Going to Sunday. Okay. There's a lot of auctions in Pennsylvania. I don't even know. Like some of them ask for a $35,000 deposit, and I'm like,
"Hi, Angela."
Kind of a lot of cash to have, like just laying around.
Stop. How's it going, Angela?
How are you? Those little thumbnails. Why are they so small? And I
Why are
can't.
they so small?
They're so small. I can't even make out. I mean, I can
Look
see
at look at it on the StreamYard
Jennifer's.
side. Oh, you can't because you're on your tablet. No.
I'm on my tablet and I'm on my phone, and on the phone is even smaller, obviously, than the iPad.
Right.
Hi, Miss Suzy.
Hi, TJ. How's it going?
Good.
You crack me up. You go, hi, TJ.
I don't think which one is
Like,
it.
who is it? Who is it?
Is it Sean? Is it Sean? I'm like that sounded like TJ.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh no, Angela.
Oh, that's horrible.
I'm sorry. I hope you have
Yeah.
a better week.
Yeah, me too. Well, I found something. I can't use it on camera, but nothing's happening.
Well, Greg, I'll keep you in my prayers that you get that. Whenever you get a minute, Angela's not blue.
Okay, I can
If
make it.
you're so inclined.
Angela.
Oh, well, that's a good relaxing thing to go thrifting.
It is. I keep looking like at the
Oh,
town.
Debbie's driving back.
Driving back.
You got really good plants, Debbie. What kind of plants did you get, Debbie? Let us know when you get home. Well, I got to make y'all laugh. So we got approved for the Louisiana Restore program, 47,000. However, we have to put 7,500 in escrow before they can give us the 42,000. So if I had money, I wouldn't ask you for money. And I know their thing is that if it goes over, then that covers what they didn't.
I thought that.
Hey, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa. If you go on the well, there's a Louisiana help page on the like government. I know I looked that day, and I think one of them said that they could give like a $500 grant toward that kind of thing, like for the deposits or something. But
Well,
I mean,
the
it's not
lady,
enough.
the worker, or the our case manager is trying to see if they'll lower it, but she said it may just be a couple hundred.
Right.
So,
Well,
I don't know. If it's meant to be, we'll find it. And if not, we'll just lose the 42, you know?
oh, that sucks though.
It does suck.
Let's do an auction for you.
She got dirt and lawn fertilizer. What happened to the plants?
Well, first you need dirt and fertilizer. Jennifer and you are talking about the auction.
Just believe, though, Greg, if that house is meant for you, you'll get it. Just believe it.
I don't know. You almost have to be on those websites morning and night to be able to find
them,
or have if you haven't work with a realtor who is on those, you know, who is on the MLS morning and night and maybe in the afternoon, and so you can see when something comes up.
You ought to just hire Suzy to look because she's always on.
I'm on them morning and night. I actually had a real estate license in the late 90s, and we didn't have the internet MLS. We were presented every month with a section for our loose leaf. We had it in a loose leaf binder.
Wow.
And we would just be flipping pages, and I would have to pick out the 2 houses I wanted to feature in the New York Times. Back in those days, we read the New York Times to get a house or a
wow.
It was crazy. It's just such a different world now. I'm back when I was young. No.
Yeah, well, that's good, Greg. I'll keep you in my prayers, honey. You're gonna find one.
Okay, good.
I tell you, like I tell Suzy, God's got the right one in mind for you.
I don't know about that, but no, I mean,
you're gonna find it.
We'll find something. I know that the one I really, really liked, I missed out on. And it's so disappointing. It had a barn. It was perfect old house. Beautiful. I mean, it probably had aches and pains like every other house has. There's always going to be something, some like I said to Tony like one
Yeah.
day, and
If you're looking for an older house, you're going to have some
I said,
stuff.
I hate that stone on that fireplace wall. And he said, get over it.
You got to have some give and take there, Suzy.
Well, I'm really more concerned about it being on the market for 13 months. That means to me, it's not priced right. Like if it was, I'm sure if it was like around, they're asking probably 100,000 too much.
Maybe it was just waiting for you, Suzy.
No, I think it's overpriced by 100,000, but that doesn't mean they don't want their money back. Cause I think they've overpaid when they bought it, but I think they're asking for every penny they put into it back. And quite frankly, if you make your house way better than your neighbors, you're not going to probably get the money you put in.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, I mean, you have to do maintenance for.
Right.
Everybody, but if you're putting in a brand new kitchen and you're finishing your basement and it doesn't always add as much equity as you think. Even though they even said if you fix all the problem, you need to have a non-leaking roof. But if you get a brand new roof with the metal fancy roof, you're not going to get every penny back necessarily.
Yeah, they have around the corner from us. There's this really cool old house, and they had an empty lot where this older house was, but they tore it down, and it's been empty for so long, and they sold it, and now there's going to be a brand new house that's going up next to the really old house, which is so pretty. It just doesn't look like it should be that way, but
it would be nice if they kind of made it in an old-fashioned style.
It's not. I could tell the way it's going up. But it'd been nice if the other people could have bought that piece of land to prevent that,
There was a house we saw.
Not a very big piece of property. I mean, the house fits on it pretty much, and there's a little bitty piece of land all the way around the house. So
we saw a house that I go, look at this house. I'm kind of thinking if we're moving to a mountainous area, maybe if we could see mountains, that would be nice. So we found a house that's kind of up a hill. There's a valley. Then across the valley, you could kind of see the hills. But they said that, the acre next to it is available as well. So Tony's like, well, there's all that property at the end of the street's empty. And I go, it's available for, to buy. I would think I'd have to get it just so you could kind of control nobody moving in it. I don't know. In some of every house, not every house, a lot of the houses we're looking at have gun safes, and they have animals leaping off the walls. That's what I call them.
They're all hunters.
They're all hunters. And then when one of the pictures, somebody just had their gun laying by the door. I don't like thinking. They didn't even bother locking that thing up. Man. And that's going in your real estate ad. Come on.
It's why is that gun by the door?
Like when people just leave the beds unmade and the toilet seats up, and it's not, it's what is that about? I mean, the guy taking the picture couldn't have kicked it shut even if you don't want to touch it.
Right.
It's just crazy.
I guess that doesn't mean a lot to some people.
It's I don't know. Well, it really I mean, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to say, I'll just kind of say, it's probably renters who don't want to move. And they're upset about the whole process, is what I think. But when you see that as a purchaser, you think, well, I'm sloppy. Is that what my house is going to look like in 5 minutes? Yeah, I don't want to. I want at least the fantasy of it looking nice.
Right.
Yeah, motivated is right. Well, the seller might be motivated. They'd probably be better off motivating the renters out before.
Yeah, first. Oh, Precious, you moved and her little hip cracked.
Oh,
she sounds like me.
Oh,
Precious.
Yeah, sometimes Roxy will lay down and she'll go, She makes that exhale.
She's such a fat rat. I mean, Hey, Myra.
Well, they get arthritis. How old is she though? She's young.
Precious? She's 6.
Oh, okay. I guess it's not. It's like kind of middle aged.
Well, she's considered a senior now, so
Really? Roxy's 9. She's really old then.
yeah, she's a
She,
senior.
she's starting to. I could just tell, like her. She's getting more white hairs in her face, and she just seems a little less. She seems more. Well, she's always been a little sullen.
Uh-huh.
Either like she has 2 speeds. It's kind of like off and on is like insane.
Right.
Yeah.
I had to order, I lost all those pen refills I had. Don't know where. I remember putting them away saying they're here. So my order is coming from Amazon today, so I didn't bill anybody yet, but my deals of the dawns is tomorrow, so I'm gonna just wait, because if anybody buys anything else, then I'll just ship it all at one time. So I'll do my invoicing after.
I've been finding so many. Oh, talking. He has something to say.
He's talking to
Tony.
Tony.
We're trying to watch TV.
He says, "You want to watch TV? Let me disturb you."
He would be up here annoying me if I was the only one in the house. I feel bad. It's been rain. The sun finally came out, which is nice because it was raining for over 2 days, and I'll say over 2 days. And they kept saying flood watches are all over the place. Oh,
We in for some severe weather tomorrow.
I live near the river. I'm kind of uphill, but it doesn't matter. They all drain to the same spot. I'm like between a mountain and a river, so the water collects around my house. That's one thing that I'm kind of like a little bit sad about. Every house on the street, I don't know. Like the next door neighbor's house is like 2 feet above, like their property was raised, and mine's not good. Anyway, enough said. So I'm probably going to go to Walmart today. That's my big excursion. In the gas station. What about you?
Today?
Yeah.
I got some packages to mail today.
Okay. So, Anne, it's a good time to be a realtor, I feel. If you could do it in Florida and Colorado. Does she do snowbirding? Those are not close by.
Florida and Colorado, that's 2 different places, isn't it?
Yeah.
Listen to him, he's fussing.
I know. I'm going
Daddy's not taking him out.
Tony!
Tony!
No, he eats one. Yeah.
Tony! Oh.
Why
That's too funny.
Like,
I just realized I didn't even take my medicine this morning. I'll have to do that after the show.
Everybody's saying stuff.
Oh, she blamed it on us. You heard her? Everybody's saying stuff.
Did you hear his response? Stop bossing me around.
You blamed it on us. Everybody's saying stuff. I heard you.
I know. But I had to. Oh, meanwhile, now the door opens.
There you go. A mess.
Stop bossing me around. I'm going to boss him around. What does he think? You married me.
Oh, he told you to stop bossing him around?
He said, stop bossing me around dog-wise. And then I'm like, if I'm in on something he's doing, he says, I don't need a micromanager. And I'm thinking, when he cooks and he can't find spices, I hear every cabinet. And I'm like, what are you looking for? I might know.
I know. Oh, Garrett will just say, you want to do it? No?
Well, the other day, I had...
Right, Mara?
The other day I pulled out meat we were going to eat and I seasoned it and it was sitting on it. And then all of a sudden I hear sizzling and he re-seasoned the meat. And when it came to me, it looked beautiful. And I was like, it's so salty.
Aw.
And I'm like, mm. And,
Garrett's been working a lot of overtime, so he hasn't been cooking. And Marie will cook, but she's a messy cook. Not very often. Like she goes, well, I did it, so it's not my turn now for another like 2 weeks,
I was told I was messy, but I have the electric solid surface cooktop.
Mm-hmm.
It's you could spray it with something or just put a little soap on a microfiber and you can clean it up easy. I'm worried about like the grills those were always so hard to maintain clean. Like
I have a gas stove, so
it's harder, isn't it? Because
and it is the gas. Everything feels sticky if you don't clean it right away and stuff.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of work for me.
That's good, Ann. But if Garrett gets home and I'm working or something, he'll cook. Or, like TJ will, he'll, if we're making burgers or something, he'll mix them up for me and get them all ready. Or, he does some minor things. But Marie wanted some shrimp Alfredo. So she did that the other night, but I had to go help.
I'm 3 weeks in to my gluten-free-ish.
Well, I was 2 weeks in and then I stopped, so I have to start back.
Keto. I cheated last night because I wanted to get rid of it. I wanted to throw out a container of ice cream and there was still ice cream in it. So
well, of course you had to eat it.
I had to. I
mean, you couldn't just throw that away.
No.
Wow. I mean, you had a good excuse.
Otherwise, I've been doing berries with whipped cream. And if you can make keto whipped cream pretty easy.
Yeah.
Easily. If you have one of those coffee frothers and you put a little heavy cream in some artificial sweetener, surprise, you get whipped cream.
Yeah.
Good.
Whatchamacallit has no throwing away ice cream.
You can't. It's like
no.
It's not quite
sacrilege. I mean,
it's like an ordinance, like you have to dispose of your dog waste if they poop on somebody else's lawn and you can't throw away ice cream. That's just it. I don't waste. See, that's it. I don't want to waste food. And I know my dogs shouldn't eat rice, but if I have Chinese food and I'm not eating rice, I'm going to give them. Yeah, it's not impossible. I have Myra, I have a friend whose daughter was celiac diagnosed like right away. I mean, she goes out for wings and I mean, they do get like this gluten-free pasta, which doesn't necessarily, it seems like an off texture, but you get used to eating certain things. The thing I would miss,
the hardest thing I had to deal with was the texture. It's gritty.
I miss pizza. And then Tony we made fajitas and he was eating them on like the nice soft pita. And I took like an itty bitty end of one. I don't know.
Hey, Lisa.
Sometimes I eat a crouton and I feel guilty, and I'm like,
when they had diagnosed me with celiac, I stayed that for 4 years until they came out with a genetic test, and then it said I wasn't. But
when you eat gluten, how do you feel?
Oh, I get all bloated and funky feeling. But so she said it's probably not actual celiac, but an intolerance. But when she diagnosed me, all my little villi were mowed down, which is Trump's blood work. But then she says, okay, well, I don't know. She's weird.
So you kind of have it, sort of, kind of. You have it anyway, no matter what.
I don't know.
Look,
I don't know.
I feel better when I do gluten-free.
Yeah,
I feel
more an intolerance.
But I can I used to cheat back when I was doing it, like, and I would have a pizza, like I'd have a piece of pizza.
Right.
And I could handle like one piece of pizza. But
yeah. Well, I wouldn't cheat.
I can't eat pretzel and pizza.
I mean, I was strict before. I mean, I had my own jars of like mayo and all my condiments in case the kids would double dip or something
Ah,
in the jar with crumbs. I had my own toaster. I had my
okay.
own
So you were really,
everything.
really, really strict. Yeah,
Yeah, I was.
I'm not really like
And
that.
if I had to make something for somebody else that had flour, I would wipe down the whole kitchen before I made my stuff. It was, yeah, it was. I had it pretty serious, and I had it on point. But we used to go to this restaurant called BJ's, and they were one of the few places that had gluten-free pizza,
Oh,
and it was pretty good. Like they had a whole gluten-free menu, and
well,
then they had this little bakery, and it was gluten-free, egg-free, nut-free,
ah,
dairy-free bakery. It didn't last very long, but the little cupcakes that they had and stuff were very good. They were expensive, but they
I'm
were good.
sorry, Lisa. Her daughter was diagnosed with gastroparesis. You
I
have.
have that, Lisa. It's not fun. Yeah, it's just you're gonna have to do one thing at a time and see how she feels after. Yeah, they can recover. So I don't know what's I need to ask the new person because after this one lady couldn't figure out what's wrong with me. So she told me I needed to see a psychiatrist. So I went to the lady I'm seeing now,
I'm sorry.
and and she diagnosed me with the gastroparesis, which was one of the major problems that I was having at the time. So it's just crazy. But yeah, my sister has Hashimoto's, and my doctor thinks I have it, but I don't have it as bad. But it kind of runs in the family, and that's not a nice thing to have either.
I don't. I don't go to the doctor enough to get some of these things diagnosed. Sadly, I'm hoping that.
It is, Angela, because they have so many things available now. We used to eat those rice noodles.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and Heather has it too. Hey, Lisa, where you
we
been, girl?
we missed you. And Donna, hi Donna. I don't know if we said hi to Donna.
Yeah,
Hi,
Donna was here.
ladies.
Look at this. I'm like bleeding like a pig.
Oh no, we used to say a stuck pig. What's up in the doghouse? Jersey Gypsy. I'm still in Jersey. Maybe.
But
Maybe.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say if we're gonna go if we go to look at those I'm worried about them sitting on the market so long. And then Tony's like, so what? Are they out? And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if even my broker could give me good advice because he wants to make a sale.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't
just
know.
ask him. I mean,
Because he's in the houses that we first were looking at. He would say, "Oh, this one's really overpriced. Oh, this one's really over." Like, and he did not say
right.
that about these two houses we looked at last because I think he's getting tired of showing us houses. So I
Well,
keep saying these are really great. Buy it instead of
hmm.
what are we gonna do? I feel like I'm kind of stuck. Oh no, yeah, that's complicated, Mara.
Yeah. You see, my gastroparesis has gotten better, but I can tell when my stomach shuts down. Like I cannot eat iceberg lettuce to save my soul because that will just like cut me
Really?
off. Yeah, it
Iceberg,
shuts me down.
but romaine is okay.
I can eat romaine, but I can't eat iceberg.
But iceberg has less fiber. I'm curious why.
I cannot digest it. It takes forever, and like I know this is gross, but like if I take say something to make me go, it takes 3 days to work for me. So I'm always like three. It takes 3 days for. Thomas, give me a Band-Aid, baby. My dad's chair. Um, it's just crazy.
Do you ever eat corn? No, I was, I was just corn.
I don't eat it very
You
often.
could like, I don't know. I don't want to say what.
But it's like I
You
can
know what
tell
corn does? Like some people
Yeah.
say, tell when my corn was digested. Like,
Yeah.
What did you do?
all you nurses know. that you have signals
Mm-hmm.
if you look for. Like you're
Right.
trying to have a marker food.
Not
You
cut.
know. Ah,
Green leaf lettuce. Yeah, but it was like, I don't know. I could just tell. Like everything is just slow.
I
So they
think
didn't want me to take the Ozempic because it
right.
slows down. It works on the gastric system. But I take stuff twice a day and it's hasn't been any different than I normally am. So
Well, I've been having a lot less bloating and a lot. I'm not saying I'm exempt from the gastric issues since I started doing this, but it's so much better
mm-hmm.
that I mean, I was really feeling miserable. You almost forget the misery when you start a different way of eating because the food seems so boring,
Right.
and you get like, I really want that, but I don't
Well,
know what was happening. I don't know if it was the gluten that I was having or if it was the fats that making my pancreas, or maybe it was the combo. It's hard to know.
mm-hmm.
All I know is that if I basically eat nothing, I feel a lot better. But
Yeah.
I
I
feel
do feel better
emotionally shitty.
when
Ooh, I'm
I
sorry.
eat a keto type diet with no carbs. I feel so much better.
I was listening. Do you know about the keto twins? Have you ever seen them talk?
No.
Right, they're these twin girls that are it. They've been on keto for 3 years, and they said it is a lifestyle. It's not a diet necessarily. You can't go off it and think that whatever gains you made will stay. Because she said, like, we used to buy an Entenmann's cake and eat it with like 3 cups of coffee. We would just polish it off in a day, and I thought it's the cake is soft and it just goes down easy. I could see that happening. I mean, it's a lot. It's not diet food for sure, but they weren't eating well, and now they're thinking about the food. But she said, a lot of people think that keto is a free pass for just gobbling down
No,
glob
it's not.
butter and sour cream and you can't do like
Mm-mm.
she said. If you can live without that second pat of butter, like definitely try to lower your calories if
Oh,
you can,
yeah.
because that'll you can't. I mean, and I feel like I did lose weight since I started eating like this, but I've been up in my, like, I'm eating things I never ate. Like I'm eating sour cream and heavy cream. I never bought heavy cream at all ever, and now I'm eating it. But I've, like I said, I've lost like 15 pounds, so I guess it's not. There's something to it, but I'm
Exactly.
also not eating handfuls of pretzel a day. Ah, it's sad.
So I will definitely,
Oh, Dawn has sugar problems too.
yeah. I feel bad when my sugar hits 100, and it shouldn't be that way. But my doctor said it's because I was high for so long
Right.
that
It's true. You get used to lower sugar as your body is acclimated.
yeah. Well, I still haven't. Sometimes, like at night, if I'm laying down and it hits 60, then it's not so bad. I don't feel bad. But if it's during the day and I'm out and about and I start feeling funky, I'm like, I know my sugar is at least at 100, and it can be like 100, right at 100 or 101 or something like that, and I can start feeling bad.
All right. I don't buy products from, I believe that that is probably whoever wrote that cited it. I'm not going to say something about like whoever types in the chat is not necessarily the opinion of the people running the chat. That's all I'm going to say. Because I mean, I unless you're going to cite a scientific study, I'll say it's speculation. That's all I'm going to say about a comment that was just made.
Oh, I never heard anything like that.
Yeah, it sounds like a little cuckoo. I'm saying that whoever,
Oh, it didn't, Angela? I've lost like 55 pounds. My husband's lost, I think, like 20 something on it. But
I've heard that people I've heard that people some people don't react the same way. I don't know what it is. I know that some people take it and they get like very constipated and they don't want to take it anymore. I know some people take it and they get headaches and they don't want to take it anymore. And then
Right.
the people that take it and didn't lose, there was one woman who went on TV and she said, "Am I the only person that took it and didn't lose any weight?" And then some people said, "Yeah, I didn't either."
Yeah.
I mean,
Now, I've heard a lot of people do well on Manjaro. So,
is Manjaro a similar semaglutide
yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Well, so if it's the same main drug, I mean, I guess like you said, sometimes administration in an area,
And sometimes the
effect.
byproducts in it, like
I
the
mean,
fillers and different things like that, are different.
I'm
And some
sorry,
people can take certain fillers better than others, you know.
you gained on Ozempic too. I wonder if you gained because your body wasn't emptying like it used to, and it
Yeah,
was
either
more like
that or did they have you on a high enough dose? I don't know, but the thing that
it's not a free pass to just eat sugary
no,
things.
it's not. And I forgot where I was going with this. I
Well,
totally
uh,
my A1C at its highest was like about 13. And then it went down to 8 and then it went down. So before I started Ozempic, I was back. It had gone down and I went back up to like about 8.6. And now I'm at 7.5. So it is working for that. And to me, the weight loss is like a great side effect, and I'm not going to deny that. But the fact that my A1C is down and my sugars are controlled is like the best benefit of it. But I'll take the weight loss. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
I'm a diabetic in remission right now, or I thought I was in remission, and I haven't been tested in a while since my weight went up. So I'm. Oh, you're saying it didn't help with your sugars? Do you mean like
Wow.
triglycerides? Because if your A1C drops, that's the test for like hemoglobin.
Well, it tells how much your
holding
sugar average. It tells how much what your blood sugar average is over a 3-month period.
Right. So, that's actually saying your sugars went down.
5.6. That's awesome.
Yeah.
On Manjaro, Ozempic. Oh, she said, Anne said it was horrible for her. I mean, I was sick when I first started it. I was like nauseous. And like on the 3rd day after I took it, I would get so sick. But it's better now, but I still get my moments,
When I was about, I'll say 18 to 20 pounds less than I am now, my blood sugar was kind of like the best it ever was.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping I didn't throw myself into like a non-remission situation. So I started eating like this thinking, I need to be on a low sugar diet for a while. Well, low carb.
Right. Well, I have been eating stuff the last 3 days because I have been like really stressed. Not constantly all day, but I have been eating stuff that has sugar in it. So
I mean, look, every
I ate a box of Mike and Ike's. True confession.
You don't have to confess. I don't even want to. Tony was. Al sent me something in like he sends me little videos about things that are interesting or unusual. But the last one was about a really big piece of bread that somebody made, and I said I don't even want to look at this video. And he's like, he rolled his eyes, and I'm like, I'm very triggered by watching people eat food I want. So I don't want to like hurt.
Right.
Why would I want to like torture myself?
Right.
I'm not watching. I used to watch baking channels, and now I'm like, yeah, let's not do that anymore.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's interesting, Debbie. She said she lost 3 pounds from changing from Caesar to Italian dressing.
Okay, well, that's something, right? I wonder. Well, Caesar dressing, like people don't realize, like if you go to a restaurant and you order a Caesar salad, it has so much fat and calories from the like shaved cheese. The dressing is really high.
Right.
And I guess the croutons that, like someone said, like the calorie load is pretty much similar to having a steak and a baked potato. So what would you rather have? I think
Okay.
I'd rather have the steak, and maybe I wouldn't have the baked potato all the time. Like
Yeah.
maybe I would have string beans or broccoli. But
Right. That's interesting, Lisa, because I thought they said like Ozempic, you shouldn't take it if you were type 1.
oh, that's different. Yeah, I never heard that either. I always thought it was a type 2. Oh, she has both insulin resistance and type 1
Yeah.
diabetes.
Wow.
Sometimes our bodies are really bad to us. Right?
Yeah.
We have to
It's
just
amazing.
persevere. Oh my God, it is. I when my mom had cancer and I was taking care of her, you talk about the Michaelites. It was I used to buy the not the theater size, like the next size up, like, and I could eat them. I ate them like all the time,
And
and
then I told my husband, I'm like, why is there like tropical? You know, I like the regular guy. He goes, they weren't for you.
I used to eat cereal out of the box like a snack because I like crunching. So I would get like flakes and just like, and then
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah. And, I've been eating kind of back some sugars for the last maybe 5 days or so. And it's hard for me to do it again.
I when I first started doing the keto stuff, I was eating all the sugar-free replacements just so I could get over that hump. And I didn't eat them for a few days. And yesterday I had some of those sugar-free candy. And I thought they tasted
Really?
horrible. Yeah.
I like those little fruit flavored, hard sugar free candies from Dollar Tree. They're pretty good.
I tried one and it tasted like poison and I spit it out. And
Really?
I said, screw it. I want to try another flavor. And it was okay. And then I just kept putting them in my mouth and throwing them away just to see what they tasted
I
like.
ate those all the way to New Jersey, and I crunch. I can't suck them. I just crunch. And Garrett's like, "You're gonna do this all the way to New
Yeah.
Jersey?" I'm like, "Uh huh."
Glenn is, but didn't you, if I eat more than like 4 pieces of sugar-free candy at any sitting, I get gastric symptoms. I'm just going to say that
Mm-hmm.
you could just use your imagination. It starts with, feeling very bloated and then it turns to other things.
When
Anyway,
I eat cereal, my kids laugh at me because I put milk in my bowl, and then I add a little bit of cereal and eat, and I add a little bit of cereal because I don't like soggy cereal.
I saw a bowl that had a division. So you could put the cereal on one side and the milk on the other
Oh,
side.
cool.
You could just like toss it in as you need to. And
Yeah, I need that.
I thought, I said, that's Dawn's.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Well,
That's
you
cool.
look for it.
I'm gonna have to look for that on Amazon
It
and
might
see.
be on Emu even.
I'll put it on my wish list. Maybe my kids will give it to me.
Yeah.
I'd probably do better getting it myself.
We should get ourselves presents at least twice a year. I feel.
Well, yeah.
We should probably, it would be nice if we could do it once a month. But, I mean, look, I know this is a sad gift, but I used to say to Tony, just give me an Amazon gift certificate because at some point I'll get what I want. And I'd rather it be, if I'm not going to use it, I'm really not going to use it.
Right. Oh, they talking about building a Amazon warehouse here.
Oh.
Like it's about maybe 20, 30, 40 minutes away from me. And but the people who live there are fighting it because of the traffic.
Well,
it is a congested area, but
if it's not Amazon, it's going to be something else.
Exactly.
And you might as well have an Amazon because
right, and it's going to be 150 jobs plus they're going to have the ones where normal people in their own vehicles can deliver. So
I've seen that occasionally, but I live very near one in the world. And there's probably I don't know, it's probably at least 10 in New Jersey. It's a lot. I mean, it seems like all over the place now.
But I think there is not a big warehouse, but there's something not far from us. Well, about 30 minutes, maybe. It's not as far as the other one, but they have all the Amazon trucks there, but it must be making, because I ordered those pen things and I ordered it 2 days ago and they're going to be here today. So
Yeah, it brings jobs and it brings your packages. I don't know. It's a good thing, in my opinion. If you live right across from an empty lot and then they build something on it, no matter what they build, it's going to be unpleasant for you.
right,
I mean, if you have a house and you're right near a warehouse
right.
area, it's definitely unpleasant. But you know, you kind of the phone rings all the time and it's always the same thing. Someone said yesterday I picked up once and they were like, David? And I'm like, I just hung up. I'm like,
Larry used to do I think he did it for a while. I don't know if he still is, the Amazon delivering. But he says you don't know where you're going until you get the package and it pops it up on the thing.
but I mean, do they give you like a 20-mile radius or are you, I mean, like I wouldn't want to drive 5 hours away.
Yeah, I don't know how it goes. I told Garrett maybe I'll be an Uber. So wait, let me tell you. So
Wait,
John,
you mean a driver or a
yeah, no, I was just playing. I won't because I'm scared. But
yeah, delivery is better.
I had a flat. So my brother-in-law came and fixed my tire for me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jesus. Donna, thank y'all. And so Garrett says, well, let's put a patch on it too. So John brings it to get the patch the next day. Well, the following day, I had another flat.
You would tell me
So
all this.
John comes, he takes the tire off, he brings it back to the guy. It's a friend of his who owns his tire shop.
Mm-hmm.
And the little boy who did it, I say little boy, to me he's a little boy, and he put the patch on wrong.
Oh.
So then the guy goes, well, John, if this doesn't work, I'll just give you a new tire. And he goes, look, man, it ain't my tire. I don't care. He says, it's for my mom. The guy goes, well, what does she do? She's a transporter. She transports my 85-year-old grandmother and my aunt. And the guy goes, oh, mama needs her tire.
Yeah.
Oh, God, thank you.
The guy
Jesus.
said if it doesn't
My
work.
brother-in-law and my sister came and they fixed it the day because I had to bring my mom to the hospital the next day. And it was a Sunday and everything was closed. They just don't know how much I appreciate that. It's like,
Well, now they know. They're listening. Hopefully.
what the heck did I send you? I don't know. What
You'll
did I
find
send
out,
you, Jennifer?
I guess.
I think you should be getting two things, Jennifer. One thing I had got from Teresa's auction for you, and then the other one is something you said you liked.
Let's say things we like right now. Maybe Dawn.
Thank you, Donna.
What do we like? Right now, I can't even have like food that I like. So I need hiking boots.
You need hiking boots?
For sure. Because I threw away the hiking boots I was using because I found some in my closet. And then I wore them for one day and they were so old that the like support part in the back was like some man-made material that cracked and broke off. And I'm like, bummer. Because the top was all leather and beautiful and it was still in good condition, but the crap stuff that gets dry and old.
Gotcha.
I'm just glad I wasn't on a hike when it happened. That's all I'm going to say. So now I need hike boots. Anyway, I've been having issues with, you know, you
oh, wow, Jennifer. That's what I'm afraid of. Now, I did Instacart before. I guess I could do that again.
Yeah.
Because
That's
it was
thinking.
local in like Gramercy area, which is about 10 minutes from me.
And you don't have to have contact yet, right? I mean, like you can just leave things in front of a house and take a photograph, can't you?
Well, some will say leave it on the porch. And then some will say, knock on the back door or whatever. And that was pretty cool. The only thing I hated when I did Instacart is when they wanted produce.
Yeah. Because you had to pick it out.
Yeah, I hate picking out produce for somebody else. Or when they didn't have it, then they would tell you what you could pick, and then it would automatically send it to them. And
It says here on the internet that what Myra just said has been a false rumor going around. Sorry. The fact check people said it does not contain what you said kind of cells. They do not contain fetal cells. It's a false claim. It's spread online via the internet by people who you do not use those cells. I will tell you, my family, I'm just aside, sorry for interrupting. My family, pharmaceutical researchers, and one is a biochemist, one is a chemical biologist. When they do research, it has to be very transparent. But when they do what you said, that kind of a procedure, these things are considered biological hazardous waste. It is packaged and thrown away. They do not use those things for anything. It would have to be some kind of rogue maniac that raided the biological waste sites. And that does not happen for food. That's what I'm saying. And anyway, you could just look up all those fact checker websites and read about it. And then you could
Debbie.
What?
Hey Kent, how are you?
Kent's here. Hi, Kent.
So they put your package on your neighbor's lawn on your neighbor's lawn, Jennifer?
My wet lawn.
On her wet lawn.
Well, remember when you said like you get some paper packages and it's always on the Debbie, that's funny. She is funny. Anyway, we're reading.
Well, let me know if you like it, Jennifer. Jennifer. Oh, gotcha, Mara. Gotcha. Glenn, you ready for the storms tomorrow? We're going to have crappy weather again tomorrow.
Well, you know what I'm concerned about products? I told you what I'm concerned about. That even if you switch to grass-raised, grass-fed, farm, uncaged, this and that, you buy it in the supermarket and they wrap it in plastic. And you know what plastic does? It leaches. And if they say they don't have BPA, they use a product that's one molecule different. And it's the same crap. It's in our bodies. And now there's something called nano.
They had this lady, I think I told you, she goes, okay, explain something to me. You won't give me
Debbie,
a plastic bag to put my meat in that isn't wrapped in plastic, and my Kool-Aid that was in plastic containers, and my juice that's in plastic containers, but you won't give me a plastic bag because it's harmful to the earth.
And every product that I buy that says organic,
right,
it's in a plastic bag or it's
right. That's crazy. That is so crazy.
And my coffee's in plastic now. They took away the tin cans. Everything. It's like unless they start with glass. I don't know. How am I going to get chicken? Because even those butcher papers have Teflon coatings. That's really bad for you. I don't know. Basically, we can't just like, I don't know if we shouldn't worry about it or if we should just grow our own food. But I would never be able to live on that. I'm just saying. Yeah. It would be really hard.
I want my husband to make me those raised beds. Like Ann had them in her video. So I can grow my food. Because we flood. So the first rain we have, my garden would be destroyed. So if I had some raised beds, I'd be the happiest little pig in slop.
Well, do you know like they have portable troughs for, that are pretty reasonably priced? Like they're made out of maybe aluminum or some kind of steel product. A lot of people are putting those as raised beds because they hold just the right amount of soil and they're high off the ground, like,
Mm-hmm.
like this high. I don't know, like
Right.
however deep it is. And then if you fill it mostly up with soil, it's up off the ground.
Oh, it wasn't yours, Jennifer?
Oh, and Kent probably
It
could get a
says you
big
need to
garden.
slaughter your own food. Raise and slaughter your own food.
Now, I just need to know if like I hunted, which I don't care to really do, but if I did do it, how would if I don't want to field dress an animal, if I bring it to a butcher shop, aren't they gonna charge me as much as meat costs anyway? I don't know.
Oh, that's nice, Carol.
Yeah, you can. Now, do you put netting around yours or fencing? Because some people do that if they have deer. Hi, Pearl. How's it going?
Curly, had your coffee yet? Yeah, I want my husband to make me one, but he won't. I'll get his friend to do it. They sell them on Facebook Marketplace, though. They're not bad. They're like $60 a piece, so it's not terribly expensive.
They have things on Amazon too. I've seen them. Like
Yeah, I know you can. You can make them pretty easy with like pallets. You know.
Yeah. I mean, if you're creative enough and you have tools, you can make stuff, right? I mean, if you have saws and nails.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that Walmart sold them.
They have basically like, you know how they have flat furniture from IKEA that you put together? They have stuff like that for
yeah,
beds too. They have like the corners you just sort of attach the wood
right.
to,
No tools required, Angela said.
Oh, cool. It just snapped. That's easy. I would like to do that. Now, your first season of, like, if you do tomatoes, theoretically, you're supposed to, like, alternate boxes.
Well, I'm glad you like it, Jennifer.
Oh, that's nice.
You're welcome. Thank you for all you do, honey.
That's sweet. Well, anyway, I heard your first year of tomatoes is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Because the soil is fresh.
My dad would do his tomatoes every year, and he'd get the garden ready, but he couldn't, it was like you're supposed to plant them on Good Friday, but you can't dig in the soil on Good Friday. That was my dad's thing. You don't dig in the soil on Good Friday.
Oh, is it because it was like a Sabbath day?
Yeah, I guess. And so he would have everything ready, and then he would just put his little plants in. But you're welcome, Jennifer.
Here we do it on Mother's Day weekend.
Really?
That's the guaranteed last for us. And then if you're really weirdly cautious, you do it the weekend after Mother's Day.
Uh-huh.
People, I mean, since I've been in New York, New Jersey, that's what we say.
Yeah.
I mean, as a matter of fact, I said to my friend, when do you know to put the plants in? She goes, I watch my neighbor. He's Italian. He's a little old Italian, and he knows when.
Yeah.
So,
right.
He says, when he plants, I go and buy the plants in the plant. Yeah, it is. We lose out because the last batch of tomatoes, if your tomato plants don't get like any kind of fungus or disease, if they're still on the vine, you have to pick them in the fall and put them in a paper or something.
But you got little bitty fingers, Jennifer, because I would never get that on my finger. But Garrett loves cucumbers. And so I would love to do cucumbers, that, and bell peppers.
Cucumbers need a trellis or some kind of mesh wire to catch onto. I grew them in the Bronx, and I did Kirby's because they're small. If I can't grow the mammoth big cucumber kind of things, so I got one like the size of my thumb.
Aww.
I got like 2, and then I grew them out here by the fence. I also got like about 3, but teeny tinies, like so little. They look like
Well, we just let them grow on the ground, and they're nice.
I grew cantaloupe, and I bought they were supposed to be softball size, but when we got one, it was like a cherry tomato size, but it looked perfect. It looked like a
A
perfect little
cantaloupe?
cantaloupe. It was so cute.
Wow, that's cool. I'm gonna make me a garden, a raised garden, because it's hard for me to get on the ground. So that way I could just kind of stand up at it and
They have a low acid tomato that you could grow, and
a
it's
what?
a low acid.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Hmm.
it's been developed. Oh, Jennifer. I mean, look, if
How's your
you're
hips feeling, Jennifer? Did they like help when you did your whatever you had done?
are you not eating as much? I mean, if a little bit of losing weight, I would like, but I'd be concerned if I lost weight.
Debbie, you're probably wormy, a tapeworm.
Debbie.
Debbie, you took your smart pills this morning.
Wait.
Oh, God.
Pearl, what are you saying? I can't digest tomato skins,
Really?
and I really can't eat. I mean, I can eat like a tomato, but if I have tomato based foods, I usually get like kind of, I get it hurts like indigestion. I can't have onions, peppers, tomatoes. It's hard, and not eggplants either. They, I think it's the deadly nightshade family I'm supposed to watch out for.
Yeah.
I like planting what Ann just said. I love rosemary fresh and basil. That's what I like to grow in my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, watermelon. That's fantastic. I would say we should try to do pumpkins and grow
I
them.
didn't realize that, Pearl. If you're allergic to latex, there's a lot of vegetables you can't. I
I
didn't
take,
realize.
I take a proton pump inhibitor, which is another thing that I'm concerned about because they say it like leaches your bones or affects. Look, everything is like if you take something for one problem, it makes another problem eventually. So,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and even supplements too. So you have to be really, really careful about all these things because, like, sometimes if you're taking, I'm taking a multivitamin plus minerals, and I was supplementing with minerals, and I built up a toxic level of zinc. So you can't win sometimes.
No, you can't.
And so,
Wow, Pearl.
what is Pearl? She's a
She was saying if
no.
you have a latex allergy, no avocados, peppers, cucumbers, bananas, watermelon.
If you're allergic to poison ivy, which almost everybody is, some people can't tolerate mangoes and cashews because they're related.
Wow. Well, you can keep the avocados. I don't like that, but the peppers and cucumbers, bananas and watermelon. I would die if I couldn't have bananas and watermelon.
You know what? I love bananas, but I haven't been eating them because they're very high in sugar and
I know
calories, and I feel like for me they're addictive. Like just
they
like
are.
thing, like if I have like 5 bananas on the counter, I mean I'll eat like at least one a day.
Yeah.
I can't not eat a banana. So
Wow. Yeah.
I don't like them when they get. I think
Well,
I have
if
a
I
little.
eat a banana when I'm doing keto as a treat, occasionally I'll do more of a greener, not green, but
Those are
greener
my
banana.
favorite kind of banana.
Ew, no, they're not mine, but I'll eat that. It's better than none, you know. I know it's tough, huh, Donna? It's crazy.
It is, but I didn't even know about like. I mean, sometimes when I try to use the not latex glove.
Mm-hmm.
I'm every time I've ever had a surgery and they've closed my wound with like the glue or they put like surgery strips or band-aids
Mm-hmm.
or any, I get rashes wherever. So I thought it was the adhesive, but I don't know if it's not just adhesive. It could
Mm-hmm.
also be that some of these things have latex. I don't know. You can't. And I'm like,
Yeah,
well, what's left if they can't?
right.
If they
See,
can't
I
do.
got so irritated from my brain surgery when they kept putting the dressing on, but I think it was more the pulling off and putting on
Ah,
constantly that did the irritating, even though you use stuff to take it off.
I used to get hives from tomatoes. when I was a kid, and now I don't get it. My I get a fuzzy mouth, like a scratchy fuzzy mouth
Fuzzy
from
mouth.
like it's like a tongue allergy or a throat allergy from when I eat pineapple. I love a fresh, I love the way it tastes, but I hardly ever eat it because somebody said there's something called a mouth allergy. Like if you eat walnuts with the skin and it makes your mouth feel funny, or well, for me it does. And if you eat like,
I don't like walnuts.
and if you do the yeah, the acid, I don't know. It has to be super fresh. Like the canned doesn't affect me the same way. I don't know what they do to the canned stuff.
I'm feeling really nauseous.
Anyway, I was just looking, I was watching all these videos about um, hexane, and they use hexane to extract oils from nuts and various seeds. And it's really, really not a good thing. So there's a doctor on who talks about like all the ingredients. I mean, I don't want to be preachy, but like she basically comes on screen with she doesn't use produced moisturizer. She'll rather use like a fresh pressed oil kind of thing on her face, and all these issues you could get. I don't know. My brother said he's allergic to strawberries, but I thought maybe he just got like that itchy feeling. And
Uh-huh.
you know, we have problems here with lactose intolerance, so that's the thing that was. It's hard to now. I mean, lactate makes a cottage cheese and a sour cream, and I've just been using that. And you know, I've been trying with cashew milk and a little hint of cream. I found lactose free hazelnut, and it's very low carb, so I could use that within reason. And you can't just drink it like that. It's insane.
I ate a whole container of strawberries yesterday.
Hmm. I had we had a container of strawberries in the house. I had like about four of them. I bought some frozen fruit from Walmart, and it's really good. And I was shocked. I don't know how I was shocked, but because I usually buy the store brand from ShopRite, and
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's been bad lately. That store brand has gone downhill.
I get
Bowl and basket, be ashamed of yourselves.
I was getting autumn crisp grapes from Aldi's. I went in yesterday to get some. They're huge and they're crisp and they're so sweet.
Well, are they there still? Is it out of
Girl
season?
said they're considered out of season.
So maybe they have another kind.
They didn't taste good.
Oh no, that's scary. There's eggs in so many things. You have to like
Oh
really
wow.
you have to make your own food for real.
Well, and you know now by law, the major allergy foods have to be highlighted in the ingredients.
My niece worked at a frozen yogurt store, and they had to put a big sign that that the yogurt contains dairy. And she said, "Is that really an unknown thing?" She goes, "Yogurt being dairy?" She's like, "It's pretty obvious that frozen yogurt's dairy, but we had to put up the big huge sign."
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
okay,
it's law now because of the allergies, like the
yeah,
tree nuts, the milk, the eggs.
yep,
Yep.
yeah, they do
Yeah,
that.
so they do a recall for accidental labeling. Yeah, really. That's crazy.
Did you ever hear that there's something called oh my god, I lost track of my thought. There's something you could do a fake egg by using water and flaxseed meal. And it's a substitution. It's a substitution for eggs in a recipe. And a lot of people say that they like the flavor. So I'm just
The
saying that out loud. So
seed is
maybe
so like they get slimy when you put them in water and stuff. Oh no, that's just chai seeds, huh? One of them, they get like gelatinous and funky.
I know. It so, okay, it was a mug cake recipe that I saw that people who were like substituting out. They said they tried like the coconut flour and the flax egg instead of the regular egg, and they thought the flavor tasted more like what you remember muffins or cake tasting like. Is all I'm going to say, because
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to taste like if you're really craving a blueberry muffin and you make a mug cake blueberry muffin, it's not going to taste
Mm-hmm.
100%, but it might satisfy some of it. You kind of get used to you do get used to. You told me, I kept telling you last week, like, I can't do this diet, and then you told me when you said try the berries, and really the berries really helped me not
Yeah,
to,
they do. They
like,
do.
I I can't watch my significant other eating ice cream or having smoothies or, eating cookies like right in front of me.
You could make you some sugar-free Jello with the berries in it. That might be good.
I did buy some sugar free jello and I'm thinking, I don't remember where we put it. You know how you said you lose things in your own kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I put I don't have, I had 2 sets of measuring spoons
Just
and
whatever you do, do not buy the Walmart sugar-free Jello.
Oh, I think I know what you mean. I think
It's nasty.
my Walmart only has like one flavor now of Jello brand sugar-free Jello, and I'm like, why? One one flavor? And they had Royal sugar-free. I never tried the Royal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could try that, I suppose. I'm gonna
Bye,
try.
y'all. Bye, Debbie.
Is Debbie leaving? Okay. Take care, Debbie. Bye.
I didn't know she comes home live.
Maybe she's on an auction?
I don't know.
We don't know. Okay. Should we like and watch it too with the the people in our audience?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So, oh, a morning show? Huh.
She's doing her morning show on at 11 o'clock from now on.
I don't know. I'll have to check it out.
No, I was just saying to you how, I haven't seen her around.
Yeah, I pop into the evening auction, but it's hard for me at that time, to always get on there.
Well, I don't. I try not to go on. I mean, I'm trying to stay focused on not being on YouTube in the evenings. I mean, if
Mhm.
there's something very specific
You're
I
a
want to,
good wife. That's why.
well, I don't know. I mean, like I basically checked out instead of. I've been looking for houses. I miss like a lot of good scenes on the shows I'm watching because I'll be like, what just happened? I missed it because I'm clicking through like I'm tapping on every pin for a new
Uh
house
huh.
that came up.
Right, right.
You're going to Millville, PA on Saturday. I never see. I've never even heard of it. Pennsylvania, every 2 miles has a new town. It's
Really
well, pretty much, and they have the silliest names. Kind of funny. Got some funny names.
cool.
Has anybody heard of Punxsutawney? There's the Punxsutawney Phil and Punxsutawney Phyllis, but they were like the Groundhog Day groundhogs. We're gonna go look at a house probably in that town. It's almost 5.5 hours. It's gonna
Are
make.
you going thrifting, and Teresa?
Is there a flea market there? I know that there's some good flea market. Yeah, thumbs. You could do the thumbs up. That would be nice. And
Yes, that would be nice. I did it before I came in, ma'am.
I did too. I thumbed up my own show. I didn't realize it's our show, but since it's on
Yeah.
my channel.
Oh. Auction pickup and good thrift stores. Ooh.
Okay.
Do tell.
Pennsylvania does that a lot. They do have a lot of. They have. They have some flea markets that are good and a lot of thrift stores. I mean, providing you're not like in the middle of nowhere, because there's big mountain ranges and there's farmland.
Susie, I'll be right back.
All right. I wanted to be right back. Bloomberg Fairgrounds. What part of the state is it? I don't really know any of those towns. Is it toward the Poconos? Because you're upstate. I don't know. I think outside Wilkes-Barre, there's a big flea market that people are saying is really good if you're a reseller to go to. I know, like in the spring, if you go to these things in the spring, like when you drive around those little towns, a lot of people do the yard sales. I've never even heard of Bloomberg. So, who else is going somewhere Thursday, Friday? I don't know. I'm gonna have. I don't know. We might have to spend the night if we look at these houses that are so far away. And then I have 2 dogs, and I don't want to bring the dogs on such a long drive. What am I gonna do? Keep them in the car? I don't know. If I put them in a hotel room, they're liable to pee on the floor. Columbia. I thought I'm freezing.
Who's freezing?
Well, I guess it looked like the picture went off for me. So it could be. It's probably my internet. My internet is horrible. I was surprised. Carol's leaving. Have a good day. Oh, it's late already. I got off our website. I'm gonna have to go somewhere for a second.
You're gonna have to do what?
I have to leave the room for a second.
Okay. Okay, I will be back. As I was back, I had to go check on something. Anyhow, so let's see. What did I miss? Yarn again was telling where she's going. So y'all do auction pickups like from like auction houses? My daughter and I did that once. We went through what is the one Nurse Flip always does? We had to go all the way to Mississippi to pick up something. Okay. I went to our dollar deal store yesterday while I was waiting to go pick up my sister-in-law from the hospital, and they had a lot of Walmart stuff, clearance stuff. So that was interesting because it's usually Amazon things, but it was a lot of Walmart stuff in there yesterday. Although I didn't find any. I like to go in there, and every now and then, every week, I'll find like one piece of something I can use for Cricut, like some vinyl or something like that. And didn't find any of that yesterday. But Hi Bit, that's it. Yeah, we had to go all the way to Mississippi to find something close. The only thing they have here is like restaurant closing things, but it was no like estate sales or anything like that. So she's back. Y'all stop talking about Suzy. That's not nice.
Horrible. Horrible. Don't talk about me.
That's right.
Oh man. So I'm going to Walmart.
I have my guard dog laying on the floor. You going to Walmart?
I'm going to Walmart. Yeah, this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
It's so weird to me. They have such good prices on some stuff, and then some stuff they're like not. You have to really know.
I know.
Like I don't really. If I had to live off of Walmart, I guess you could eat, but I don't really. They once had some commercial around here. They probably had it nationwide where they supposedly put up a pop-up restaurant and they were serving steaks to people, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's really good. It's really good." And they were like, "It was from Walmart," and everybody's like, "Oh, it was so good." And
Right.
I bought meat from Walmart.
We have this little local store across the river,
Not that good.
and this little grocery store. It's like a little moms and pops kind of grocery store, and they put some of the best sales.
Okay.
Sometimes. So, and they'll put it out like on Thursday. It's like a flyer that they put out on Facebook. So, and then they have their regular sale paper, but it's pretty good sales.
Do you think that like that's the one thing I really don't like about them too? My supermarket, I don't know if they call it loss leaders, but they'll put something like maybe 5 things really reasonable. So like you'll run in the store and then they hope you'll finish your whole week shopping there. So like my local store for the last, I mean it might stop, but for the last month or so, they've always had like dark meat chicken, like thighs or legs for I mean between like 79 cents and a
Mm-hmm.
dollar 19, which I find to be reasonable. Like Walmart for the same type of chicken was nearly $2 a pound. So
Right.
that's a big savings when it's like half the
Mm-hmm.
price.
Like
And
we have another local store, but they've made it more of a high end kind of store. Not like Whole Foods high end, but higher than Walmart. It's smaller, it's more intimate. It's
mm-hmm.
they have some specialty things. They make a lot of their like own foods and stuff. So, but they'll have really good sales on certain stuff. But that's the only thing I buy there is their sales stuff, and of course their chicken salad because it's really good. But
The place where we're moving to has an Aldi and a Walmart. And there's a butcher shop in town. I don't know. I mean, I'm every time I've gone to like a real butcher shop, it's always been like more than supermarkets. And yeah,
yeah, you don't get that much, Pearl.
I think I'm gonna miss it because I use it for I make like a big kind of stewy soup, and I don't put like onions in it. I don't put like ingredients the dogs can't have, and sometimes we eat it and we give some to the dogs and they like it because it's like basically a bone broth with chicken. And I put celery in it. It tastes good. Anyway, but I feed them organ meat too, like gizzards and livers from chickens.
Mm-hmm.
And the Purdue has it in a little container. In Walmart, it's like half the price than the local.
We get our chicken livers and gizzards, stuff like that, from like the local places because it's a whole lot cheaper. Now, Winn-Dixie has it pretty cheap when they have it. But that kind of stuff basically goes on sale like around Thanksgiving when you're making your dressings and stuff.
I have to say we used to use like the chicken neck and the chicken heart and the turkey wraps. Like on Thanksgiving, we'll use meat wraps.
Oh, I didn't see my phone. I'm sorry. Mr. Southern Fines walked in.
I heard somebody.
I'm looking at my phone.
Well, I was on live, sweetheart.
That's why I sent your message.
Oh. Wait, let me tell you what he did. He calls me, and I hear him talking to another woman.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I'm in your pocket. And I said, well, at least you're not trying to hide it, right? You put me in your pocket while you're talking to somebody. They said, hi, Mr. Southern Fines.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to hide.
You can tell him hi.
I told him hi.
Hi, Garrett.
Hey.
And Bella's over there like with her head on him like, oh, my daddy, I love you so much. And look at this one, the ears sticking straight up.
Does he have treats?
No, just him.
Look at the ears go up. Say, come
There
on,
she goes.
a little traitor.
Yeah, she's a traitor.
Uh,
Donna said, "Hey, Gary."
Hey, come on.
Hey.
that dog's a traitor. I hate having
They're
traitors.
both traitors. What are you
My
talking
dog.
Oh.
I buy myself a dog. I get myself a dog. Adopt a dog. This one.
about? Oh, you
It's
come
just
in and see and say hi?
they're traitors. Where's your mom? Why isn't she on? Hello. Look at
Tell them
that.
hi.
Hey.
The Southern Pines needs a haircut.
Costs money.
He's so cheap when it comes to cutting his hair.
It's a waste. It's an absolute
You
waste.
get one of these.
I know, right?
We go to town.
Look at her like she's in love. Oh, my dad.
Yeah, look, she is. Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. Wow. Oh, good luck.
All right,
Ken.
Ken, good luck.
Yeah, I hope you feel better.
All right, I'm going to do it as soon as I get off, honey. You're not going to be much longer.
I hope you get to stay home and have good health.
I know, right? They said the scissors was behind me.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
She told you, Dawn? Well, I'm talking to y'all.
Dawn.
I know. Wait, Donna, my sister cut hair. So, what is it? Around COVID or something, right? No. Was it before our last trip? Sean refuses to go get his hair cut. And his hair was like down to the center of his back. So I said, Donna, bye, Glenn. I said, you going to help me? So, and she goes, okay, cut here. And she goes, wait, not that. I was like, just going at it. She goes, stop. It looked fine. And we went on our cruise and nobody knew the difference, right? So while we're talking, I'm going to download these few documents and then I'm going to.
I can't read the chat.
Save.
Oh, now I can.
Save.
Oh, I'm really behind. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, what we say, I got
Not live at all.
That's good. Why would I not do?
Oh, good. I'm glad, Ken.
Why would he not?
I'm happy that you're doing great.
You got them all?
And
The 3 things. Yes, I got it. Thank you.
you still have the goats?
Be good. I'll be
Do you
back.
have pygmy goats? I'm interested in 3 pygmy goats. Or 2. I'll start with 2. Little baby goats are so cute.
Little baby goats. I'd like to have a fainting goat. They just look so cute.
I don't know anything about.
Although in my neighborhood, they'd be fainting all day long.
Why do they faint from loud noise?
You want to give me kisses, baby? You want kisses? You want kisses? Ew.
Norton was licking my head the other day. Oh, you don't have small goats?
I'm not being rude, you guys. I got to send some documents off
Yeah.
or something.
I need to have one that's the size of a dog. Or 2. I think they need to have company, I heard. But the thing is, like, if we have to milk these goats and we have to figure out. Oh, here.
Stop it.
Come on, Norton. Norton. Up. Come on. Come on.
How come you can never find a particular email when you're looking for
Look
it?
down.
Aw, Norton.
No, he's here. Norton. My Norton.
I can't figure.
My nose looks really pink. What happened to your black nose? What'd you do with that? You licking me? You heard me say you licked me yesterday? You licked me all over. We're watching the show, and they said that there was this brown dog with a really long tongue, and we're like, Norton has really. He used to sit in his crate when he was a puppy, and his tongue would come out, and it would like twist around the bars, and he would be like looking at them from the outside when he was inside. It was so funny to watch. He's really. I'm partial to my dog. I like my dog. I think he's cute. I don't think he's cute when he ate my coffee table, but I think he's cute in love. Ew. I was talking to my friend that I threw away that coffee tan. They go, "You love that coffee tan?" I go, "I loved it till it got chewed down to like toothpicks. Then it wasn't really." Oh, what are you doing back there? What are you doing? Are you are you looking the stuff I packed up to send to Dawn? He was like, he's looking.
I probably have to send you some more postage. You didn't send so much to me.
Well, don't worry about it right now. I said right now. Don't worry about it. Get your stuff settled.
How can I need to upload documents to this place. And it's not giving me a spot to do it.
Did I send one of these to you?
Mm-mm. No.
I want to use this as a toothpick holder. I suppose it will work. Otherwise, it's pretty useless.
That would be a cute toothpick holder.
I honestly use toothpicks when I used to bake. And ever so often, like I would use it as intended toothpick. But I mean, aside from like appetizers and baking, I don't really need it.
Look what she does. When she's barking and barking. So when Thomas comes to get her, she sits up like this, like, I didn't do anything. She's just sitting like still like a statue.
Well, maybe that's what she was barking for.
It's not letting me send this information to where I need to send it.
Oh, man.
It's not letting me. I'm going to have to call him. Come on.
Who do you have to call? Ghostbusters.
Come on. No, it's not letting me send it.
I didn't eat today.
You didn't? Yeah. I didn't eat. Well, I had a glass of milk.
I mean, I'm having coffee, but I don't consider that food. I feel. Are you talking about my back? Right. My back feels like if I sit like this, it doesn't hurt. So I guess it's a little better, and I can bend down and pick up the soap in the bathtub. It still hurts, but I can do it.
Right.
We'll see. When I get in the car later, if I can get in without having to like lift my leg with my pants in, although I feel like I'm on the mend, like, but it takes so long. I mean, it takes almost like 3 weeks, a month for it to just stop cramping up. And I can't afford to spend a month of like feeling crappy when I need to be packing and moving stuff around. Hard.
I'm gonna have to call these people because it's not letting me send the documents.
I'm probably not gonna feel settled for like, I think it's gonna take me like 2 years if I have to move. I'm not gonna know where anything is. Yes, I have a very old-fashioned haircut. It's like that Farrah Fawcett weirdness. So, or the face frame and layers, gypsy shaggy. I actually didn't do anything. I just brushed it back off my face and let it dry. So if I really wanted it to look sort of special, I would probably need to curl it or something. Oh, thank you.
Do you mind if I make a phone call real fast? I'm gonna mute me and I have to make a phone call real fast.
Okay. You could do that.
I'm leaving.
You're leaving now?
I'm leaving now.
Okay. Have a good day.
Yeah, see you later.
All right, bye. I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave it, shortly.
Okay.
All right. Have fun. I could talk about it when he's gone. Shh. When I hear the door open, I'll talk. All right, he's going out to lunch. So That's Roxy. Roxy does the metronome barking when you leave. Oh. Roxy! Come here. Roxy! He's going out to lunch with his ex-boss. I know that this is going to sound mean, but I hope that guy doesn't offer him work because he lays him off at the drop of a hat. I shouldn't have said that out loud, but it's the truth. So, anyway. So what do you do today, Pearl? You're the one that's commenting now. What are you doing? Anything fun? No, it's not nice. He got laid off like 2 weeks after our wedding. So we didn't have a chance to get the bills in from the vendors or from the credit card. So we charged. Dawn's face went away. And she's muted. I hope it's an okay phone call. I worry about so much. It's like if I didn't worry at all, I would have a lot more free time. I don't know if anybody else is like that. I'm going to just go through jewelry on my desk. I don't know. I want to make crafts with it. Today's your lazy day. I want to make crafts with my jewelry, but like I just have a lot laying around. So I was sending it to Dawn and hoping she could sell it at auctions or at her booth because it's not doing me any good in a box. But you know, buying from auctions on YouTube and from the internet, you end up with a lot of stuff after a while. I mean, it's like a lot. So, you know, you have to, if you don't have cubby holes, closets, even bins to put it in, you need to purge some stuff. So today's a sunny day. It was sunny for a few hours and it went away. I was really looking forward to having some good sun because it's been cloudy for days. This whole winter has been really like dark and dingy here. I mean, it hasn't been exceptionally freezing, which I'm happy for, but in a way, I heard somebody was saying he lives in Minnesota and he said the lakes were thawing out. And he goes, that never happens. So it's very strange weather. I'm glad you're having the sun. Well, yesterday in the town that we're going to go look at, it was like 58 degrees there. And I was, you know, I just assumed that all of Pennsylvania was really cold. But, you know, it depends where you are, I guess. Like if you're right off Lake Erie or Lake Ontario, I guess that's in New York. But like the lake effect snow is big. I know we got like 2 snows and one was deep and the other one was just, it was not much. And it's okay. The year I met Tony was about 10 years ago. It snowed so much that winter that I felt like I was getting, it was like better than going to like a gym, you know, shoveling. And I did minimal shoveling. I just had to get out of my house. I would do my stairs on my path to my car. And then I was trying to shovel out the car, but after you shovel your driveway, a plow truck comes and pushes all the snow right back into it. So it's not fun. Yeah. But you know, Tony has a snow blower. I don't know how good it is, but if we have like a big driveway, it's not going to be good. It's been raining for months, you feel? Yeah, it gets, there's something called seasonal affective disorder where if you don't, a lot of people are affected by the shorter daylight cycles in the winter. And the thing is, if there's no day, it's hardly any daylight, it feels like. So I can imagine a lot of people are bummed out. Woke up like depressed. I feel like I wake up kind of cranky, but it kind of passes. But I mean, yeah,
When people don't do what they say they're going to do.
hey, Purple.
Hey, Purple.
Well, what? You don't want to talk about it? It's okay.
No, this lady was supposed to send me a link so I can upload some documents. And she says she just sent it and I don't have it. So. Yeah, we have bad rain tomorrow.
Oh, I finally noticed that. Like I'm seeing blue.
You seeing blue what?
Okay, the StreamYard names are now blue, but they were black up until today. And I just
I haven't noticed that. Yeah, because usually you can't tell.
Right, but on my phone they're still not blue.
Oh, really?
Wrenches, but it's not like blazingly blue. Like which
helps. No, it looks like blue normally.
Noreen, Mr. Noreen's here. He found me again. Hello, Noreen.
Well, his daddy left. He's got to come bother somebody.
That's for sure. You are? He rests his head on my leg. He's got this big head.
Oh, there they go. Yes, and Tooch Man is going to be on my auction tomorrow, y'all. So
are they not?
What Ian's got?
Are those dogs going to be upset if I don't dye my hair golden retriever color?
Are you going to dye your hair golden retriever?
I have been. Look, we match.
You do.
So
well, they say you look like your dogs.
He thinks I'm his mommy. Oh, he's my adopted kid.
It's not letting me do
my first child. I know it's not the same, but it's pretty good. They think they're part of the family. It's 100% part of the family. These dogs. These are not like, I can't be bothered with cage in the yard dogs. These are like they sit on the couch with us and they jump on our bed. We're very casual. Some people go like, "Ew, a dog in the bed." Oh, we're going. I love my dogs. I love them. I call this my dog house. I bought this house to have dogs because I lived in New York City and it was banned in my building until I moved out, and then they changed the rules. Happens a lot. I'm a day late and $1 short. Anyway. So I wonder what it's like now living in that area, and I could have had a dog. I had such a good deal. I bought a co-op, and the maintenance was low, and the utilities were based on the whole building's consumption, so it was really reasonable. Everything was so much cheaper living there. I know that sounds weird, like living in New York City was cheaper than New Jersey, but it was for me.
Right.
And yeah.
I must be doing something wrong.
What do you mean?
To upload these documents.
I mean, you needed the money to buy the actual place, but the maintenance of the place was like, when I first moved into my co-op, it was only around $300. And then by the time, when I left, it was like $500. But that included my gas and electric.
Right.
And water and garbage, and even my parking spot. It's good. When I first moved there, I didn't have a parking spot. And I sometimes would have to park 20 blocks away. And then I would harass people in the elevator. I'm like, "Where are you going? Go in your car. Where's your car? Can you drive me to my car?" I feel like they would be like, "Oh, she's amazing." I imagine people rolling their eyes. Her again.
That's funny.
I mean, there's people I like, obviously, but
I
yeah,
wouldn't even
yeah.
know how to act in that kind of environment
I mean,
because.
I moved down in '06. It was a while ago, but I'm just saying for New York City, it was very reasonable. But yeah, it's just so funny. And they have that, like, when you do alternate side of the street parking, except Wednesdays was the free day. But what people used to do was they would double park on, the side they were sweeping. You kind of double parked across the street, and as soon as the street sweeper would go by, you rush back into your spot. If you got one like
That's
in front of the
funny.
building, that's what you did. And there's like a lot of shows about like alternate side of the street parking in New York.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow, that's crazy. 43rd Street. I think I worked on 44th or 43rd. Like it was Sardi's restaurant. I think it's still there. My mom was Vincent Sardi's personal assistant for a while. I mean, if you ever, it was in the Muppets movie, the Sardi's restaurant. It's like it's the one that it was even in a Bugs Bunny cartoon. Like it had like the caricatures on the walls. It was
Uh-huh.
a big Broadway show, traditional kind of like old fashioned restaurant. There was like a maitre d, and then there were busboys, and then there were servers, and they all wore like little jackets, like red jackets with gold buttons, and it was very kind of posh for like old fashioned. And
Right.
like they had the curved booths. It was just,
Oh,
and
cool.
the food was good, really good.
Well,
Wasn't
that's
cheap,
important.
but my mom would get me summer jobs there. And man, they had a hamburger that they gave me, and I can't, it's just like I never tasted meat that tasted like that since. It just tasted so good. I don't know. It was like, do you remember meat tasting different when you were a kid? Like it just tasted fresh, and like even eggs had a different flavor than they do now.
Well, yeah, we used to get fresh eggs from my uncle's farm. So.
Also, you could probably notice the difference. Like some
Oh
people say,
God, yeah.
like the winter eggs
Even
aren't.
fresh eggs today don't taste like that.
Well, they say that like winter eggs don't taste as good as the other seasons because
Mm-hmm.
the chickens get to eat, like they'll eat more little, like if you feed them marigold petals, or they eat like little bugs or like little
Mm-hmm.
that they find, and it tasted it tastes better. But the winter food that they can find is not as interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
they say like so winter eggs are almost like similar tasting as supermarket ones.
Right.
Stop licking things. So taste everything this door. Any burps. Did you hear him there?
Well, that's what he thinks of you, right?
He burps a lot. It's
That's funny.
you bite. See now, and it's not just cage free. They say you have to they have to be free range, like running around. Oh, there was a chicken farm I passed, and there were like hundreds of chickens running around this pasture. And I thought those are probably gonna make like really tasty eggs, or probably
Uh-huh.
good tasty chicken. But like it was so funny to watch them. They were like running really fast. And there's so many of them running around.
Yeah, my mama used to like buy a side of beef from him, you know. So it was like really fresh meat.
Oh, it would be nice. I mean, I know like a lot of times I hear people saying like they go in on a cow. There's a YouTube about it. Like these people who took like you could take a half share or a quarter share, and their
Uh-huh.
friend bought this whole cow, and they said it averaged out to $7 a pound, which it's not exactly dirt cheap. However, it is cheap for like the good cuts.
Right, right.
And they said because it's like fresh, and you're supporting a local farmer, and you're getting
Mm-hmm.
stuff that how it's raised, which is
Right,
very
right.
good. Because now I do know that a lot of times chickens and commercial grade food for animals that we eat, the food they eat is not especially fantastic. So that's why it doesn't taste. So I'm gonna say. because they'll get like byproduct meal from other animals.
Oh, really, Pearl?
Oh, your dad's wife's brother. I have to think about that. Why are you sniffing everything in this room? He doesn't come in here much, so everything smells good. I have the doorway blocked. It's not closed, just blocked. You know, I have Josie. I have my own Josie,
Mm-hmm.
and I put her in the doorway, and it keeps dogs out.
Oh, well, hey, whatever works.
I should probably keep it.
I need to go put some. Speaking of Josie, I got to put some more brooches on her.
I want to sell mine. I'm gonna do that. That's what I should do. I should take photographs of it, put it on
Put it up on Facebook.
Facebook. Cash only. Well, sometimes when I get those commercial raised, like chicken, like the chickens, sometimes they taste fantastic, and sometimes they taste really weird. I think like there's super huge quarters of chicken now that are not the same like they used to be. Like
Right.
I prefer when they're normal sized, but oh, I'm sorry. But you know, there's something weird about those big quarters.
Marie bought a pack of chicken breasts, boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and
They're
one, yeah,
you could almost feed 4 people on it if you cut it right. You know,
because I took one breast and I cut it in slices.
Yeah, you can make a
And it's
whole
like,
frying pan.
I think we made like 3 sandwiches out of it.
You can make like a whole frying pan, like a 12-inch frying pan worth of chicken fingers out of one breast. It's like crazy.
I know.
I remember when I could probably eat like a whole breast myself. Now it would take me like 3 days. I mean, I did what you said. I cooked up some chicken breast and then I had it in the fridge for when I just needed something quick, and I did not reach for like an Atkins bar, which is like $1.50.
Right.
And not real food, probably. You know, it's probably just like crappy crap. Which the Atkins brand, by the way, not sponsored, but they make really good keto tasting food.
Mm-hmm.
Good. However, I mean,
I tried the Quest chips. They taste good.
And
the texture for me. Some people may not, you know. But like my daughter-in-law, when she was doing keto really big time, she would like if they went eat like Mexican, she'd bring her own chips, like the little Quest tortillas, you know, with her. And but they're pretty good, but it's just that as you chew it, that texture is kind of pasty, maybe. I don't know. I just don't like that.
The keto twins do recipes that they've seen on TikTok or YouTube, and then they make it and they eat it on camera, and they talk about if they're very honest if it doesn't taste right, and if somebody
this guy does too. I think it's called Serious Keto. I think that's his channel.
Somebody had a recipe for keto fries. They did that, and they said it.
Bye, Jamie.
Oh, bye. Take care. They said that the original recipe didn't come out that great, but they since have made chips. But they said if you don't you cut that keto dough you make and then you roll between 2 parchment papers, and if you fry it really thin, they both said, oh, this is good. Like they were crunching it, had a good crunch, it had a good flavor, they felt, and they said that's the best chip-like thing that they found. I mean, I've bought those pork rinds. I'm gonna say, when you want to crunch, they're crunchy. I'm not in love with it.
No, I'm not either. Now here we can buy fresh pork rinds, like they sell them in brown paper bags.
Really? Where?
Here.
But you're saying here, but in a roadside stand or in actual supermarket?
Yeah, like little stores.
Okay.
Or they have these big stores that'll say, they have boudin, they have fresh crackling and stuff like that. So all the way on way to Texas and stuff, you can stop and buy these. But when they come in a brown paper bag with all the grease on the side outside of it, it's like you got some good pork rinds. Or they call them hog crackling.
They had some really, like, it was on the lowest shelf in Walmart, and it was off to the side, and they had like an unusual brand, and they said extra crunchy, and I don't know, I didn't try it.
Well, these still have like the fat on them, like, and they're really good, and they'll have the, like, maybe they'll have some spicy ones and they'll have regular ones, or you'll go into the little grocery stores and they'll have them in little Ziploc baggies, so they're freshly made.
The one pork rind that it's funny now that I'm away from sugar. If I eat one of them, like, I could tell that the barbecue one has like a little bit of sugar in the recipe of the seasoning, because I can just taste it now. It's so weird. But the salt and pepper ones were good that I got in the store. I just cracked into that big bag. Like, you got the one with the jar. I bought the bag version, which the jar might have been a better idea, because as soon as I took one out, the bag ripped, and now what? But they were really crispy and they were tasty. But like I said, tasty is one thing. I like to crunch a lot, and I'm not.
Sometimes they're good. Yeah, I'm a good binger on like chips and dip, so crunchy is good for me.
But I don't dip. I never used to use dip so much, but I mean, I don't know. I don't dream about dip, but I like the crunch. The crunch is good. I love things with carbs. I can't help it. It's like in my head, it's like there's probably nothing better than like crunching on cereal, crunching on crackers, crunching on chips, crunching on.
Yeah, you have to be, because some of them are like really funky. But I bought them. I think it was Max is the brand. But
I don't know what brand I bought.
You can get fresh. That's the way to go.
I threw a whole bag out because it just smelled weird, and they tasted weird. And I thought, I never like loved them, but this was my first bag since I was doing this diet, and I just said, out.
Yeah.
I said something's
off. It's like it comes in waves. I'm like, okay, I'll eat that, but then and it's like, ugh. Nah,
it's like they fried a funky batch, and the oil was funky.
Yeah.
And they were the date was good. It was
right. It might have been old oil, like ready for them to change it or whatever.
Yeah, it was. Back in the day, I probably would have been like bringing stuff back to the store saying, "This is all tasted." It's not worth it. And, like, getting all worked up, complaining.
Right. Well, they get rancid after a while.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, they do. Yeah, because I mean, every time I've ever tried this kind of food eating, you know, it doesn't. I never do it forever. It's not my lifestyle, but I have to try to. I have to try to do certain things.
Right. They have this flea market about 40 minutes from here, and they always have fresh pork rinds, crackling, and boudin balls, which are really good. So.
A boudin ball.
Boudin balls.
I wonder if I've seen it up here at all. Sometimes when I see things, I've seen the andouille. The andouille.
Andouille. Andouille.
And. You say aunt?
It's andouille.
Yeah, but you say aunt or
no? Andouille. Like, and
I know how you say it. I know how we say it. We say andouille.
It's like pralines and pralines, right? We say praline.
We say ant, not ant, like the ant, the insect. And aunt.
Everything's andouille, pecans, pralines.
So sometimes I'll say it like the way you say it, and then Tony's like, "What?
What?
What? What'd you say?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I go, and then I have to say it like, New York, New Jersey. We talk funny here. What can I say?
Yeah, well, apparently we do too. So
Oh
You were
man,
laughing at me the other day when I told the dog, I said, get over there.
over there. You always say
Over,
da. Over there.
over there.
Over there.
I was trying to get Bella on the sofa. I said, go over there.
Oh, yeah. Go over da. Go over there. Go over
Go
there.
over there. All in one. Go over there.
I hear you slip into it. You speak like slower to me, but sometimes when you're like on a rip and you're talking to the kids, and I'm like, you don't talk to me like that. It's like you slip into this
I know. I can't help it.
Louisiana stuff. I'm like, huh, that's very different. Yeah, we talk funny, Teresa. Teresa. We talk funny. Yeah, I was born. I mean, I lived in New York City for 40 years. So it rubbed off on me.
I pick up your accent when you're mad.
Oh yeah. Tony said, he goes, and when you talk about the Bronx and your childhood, he goes, oh, you start to sound like so New York. We used to go to the corner store and we used to get pizza and we would get our candy and we would get our and then I sound like my mom. My mom used to talk about her like taking her. What did she say? She would take a nickel or 2 nickels. Was it 1 nickel? I don't know. She just said that there was, in her day, Pepsi was cheaper than Coke. So even though she liked Coke better, she would buy the Pepsi so she would have money left over to get a candy. And so
that's what we grew up on, Pepsi.
Yeah. So, oh boy. Well,
you know, a lot of people say my mom, like they go, "Oh, your mom's accent is so cute," and I'm like, I don't notice that.
Your mom?
Your
mom. So I hate to say it, I only understand about a quarter of what she says. And then she'll say, I mean, and then I'm like, oh, and then she laughs, and I'm like, I don't know what you said.
Just laugh with her.
I do. I just go, oh, okay.
Oh my God.
I know she'll say like, I love him, or I'll kill him, or he's on. And I think she's talking about Cooper, but like,
yes, she is.
This is so funny.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh, and then the yes, indeed. Yeah. I started
my sister-in-law. She says that all the time, and now she's got me saying it.
Yes,
like and I tell her something, she goes, "Yes, indeed."
You're right.
And then I'm like, I'll tell her something else, and she goes, "Yes, indeed." And I'm like,
I've been saying that now,
so
and
you bet if you're watching.
And I'll say like, I'm gonna go down the road a piece, or I go, I'm fixing to go, and then Tony's like, huh? Where did this come from? You're fixing to go down the road a piece? Yes, indeed.
I'm fixing to go past by my mama.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. I'm fixing to go past by my mama's house. Welcome.
Don't want you pass by. You don't stop.
Yeah, my friend. Don't you just gonna pass by? You're not gonna stop by your mama's. I said, yeah, I'm going to my mom's.
We used to say, I'm gonna go visit or I'm gonna stop by. We say stop by.
We're gonna go pass by there.
I'm gonna stop. And because you stop when you're going by. But I'm trying to think of the things we used to say that are weird. It's like, oh.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go pass by my mom and them.
Mom and them.
My mom and them.
I wish I could pass by my mom and
I know.
I miss my mom. I mean, I miss my dad too, but
yeah,
you know, I was really close to my mother. And you know, when I was a teenager, my dad was cranky and maybe I was cranky, and so we just didn't.
Donna said we passed by mama's after we left your house.
And you didn't stop, Don?
Oh, they stopped. She held him prisoner there for a while.
Oh man, when I started working, and my grandmother lived near where I lived, and she was a very cranky old lady. And when I started work, you know, she would say like, my brother was off the hook. Like he could live in New Jersey and not see her and her other grandchildren were off the hook. But I live close by. So I had to visit her like every day almost. And if I skipped like 4 days, she'd be like, so what's the matter? You don't love me anymore? You're not stopping by? She's like, oh, I bet you like those old. I worked in a nursing home. She goes, you like those old people better than me? And I'm like, I'm paid to like them. Leave me alone.
Oh my God.
Oh,
That's
man.
so funny.
I go, I have to like them. I have to deal with them. Oh, my
Right.
God.
Oh Lord. It's so funny. Too
It
funny.
is funny. Oh, what's the matter? You don't call, you don't write.
There's that Jersey accent.
Oh, that's New York. That's New York. They would be like,
Mm-mm.
oh, and then it was always like a dig, everything she said. And she's like, you know, your mother's a hardworking woman and she married your father and, he's nice, but, she just married someone who had money. Her life would be so much easier. Like, shut up.
Yeah, anybody, right?
Like 30
Your
years
poor
ago.
dad.
Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, my dad's very good to you. He buys you milk every other day. And your Entenmann's cake that you like.
Old people.
Yeah, wow.
I guess I better not say that no more because we kind of like I was telling my sister one day. I said we're like the old generation
We
now.
are.
You
Because
know,
talk about
there's
her.
only a few of the old. I mean, like my mom and her sisters are all still alive, but like on my dad's side, they're all gone. So like we're the old people on that side.
Yeah, totally. No, I know. My mom's like, she used to talk about her nickel Pepsis, and I'm like, I remember when pizza was a quarter. And so, my dad used to talk about riding on the trains for a nickel, and I'm like, I remember riding on trains before you needed one of those Metro cards. Like I used to use a token. And I talk about like going, like not having the token and having to go to the person to buy it. And then people like, tokens, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, I forgot. I'm from
Right.
like,
And, I love it when they go,
1910.
you're not past whatever when they start saying, like these kids, they gave their kids a rotary phone and they said, dial this number and they couldn't do it.
Do you know that Tony's son is 36 or 35? I don't know. He's in his mid to like maybe it's up above 35. And he said that he once gave him one of those old-fashioned phones and he didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, party line, right, George? Yes.
We didn't have those. But we used to always do like the KI for Kingsbridge, like KI9. Like, so you didn't have to remember as many numbers.
See, we had a little bitty local phone company that just did our little town and the town next to us. And then everybody else had the main. So we were able to leave off the first three numbers and just put in the last.
Oh,
digit.
yeah, that's really old. Like, but I mean, I remember like the exchanges in my neighborhood were Tulip to you and then KI. So we could remember, I don't know, we just remember the numbers easier. And then when we went to school, Tony was saying, like, he goes, I remember I had to learn my whole phone number. And they made us say our phone numbers in the front of the class. And if we said, like, like the KI or the TU, he goes, the teacher would be like, no, that's not right.
Well, Marie was asking us questions off. It was some kind of thing on Facebook, I guess she was looking at. And she was asking, did you ever use this or whatever? So, and Garrett and I were laughing about the long phone cords. Like your phone was in the kitchen and you had the 20-foot cord to reach to the other rooms, and it would all get tangled up. Oh, because it was like, did you ever have to untangle a phone cord?
Oh, all the time. Phone cord, but like I had the curly Q thing.
Yeah, that one would it would. Yeah.
And then I remember like, so I had the 10 or 20-foot cord and I'd like drag it down the hallway and then I had the 10-foot curly Q thing. And so I'd be like far away from my room.
Well, ours was on the wall in the kitchen. So we had to get the really long curly one. And then that when you bring it back after you stretched it, it would just curl up.
We had that. And sometimes the curls would go the wrong way. And then that would make some people who have OCD insane.
Oh, yeah.
And you had to like redo it. Mm-hmm. We had that, but like I had my own phone in the room. My mom at some point made me get my own phone because we were just, we didn't have internet. We had phones. So
I tell you,
we were just talking on the phone and they didn't have like speaker. Like we had to actually hold it to our ear.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they had those little rubbery things you could put on your phone so that you would.
Yes. Remember that. Well, I mean, like when I first got one of my first cell phones, it was it I couldn't do texts on it. Like it was just a phone.
Right, right.
And then when I finally got the next phone and I could do the text, and I remember like it didn't have a keyboard. Like I had to actually go through like all the numbers to make. And I'm like, I don't want to text people. And people are like, why? I go, because it's a lot easier to make a phone call.
Right.
And just say what you want to say.
But some people were really good at that. I could never do that one really fast.
Yeah, but I was already at the verge of not being able to see.
My grandmother had a Chevy Nova. Donna, you remember Mama's Chevy Nova she had?
Oh, your mom is playing games, I think.
Oh, my mom was playing games?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I sent her a thing. She never sent it back.
I think it said Sandra that I got.
There you go.
Message. She doesn't actually send me messages unless it's for a game. You're funny.
She don't send them to me because I said, stop sending those messages out with the games.
I think she made
it unfollow you.
Well, I don't know. Like I'm a little concerned sometimes that you had one too. Yeah, it's just funny. I mean, I remember sitting at a restaurant in the 80s and it was in Manhattan, and I remember payphones, right? So there's like maybe 3 payphones on every street because it's Manhattan and they need a lot. Like in my other neighborhood, it was like every 2 or 3 blocks. But so I see this man, like businessman type guy, like, in a suit, kind of like a show offy kind of guy with something the size of a shoe against his head with an antenna. And he's talking into this, like it was almost this size, and he's like,
a bag.
Yeah. And he's walking between the 2 payphones. And I'm like, how silly is that? He could just use the payphone and I have to lug that big thing around. And I just thought it was the most stupid looking thing ever. And I go, he's just showing off. And I'm not even impressed. He looked so funny.
I remember when Donna was dating her husband. He had a little Toyota Corolla, right, Donna? It was yellow. And they had the emergency brake in the middle. And I want to say, didn't his mom make you a pillow to sit on? Because, you had to sit close. Oh, my goodness. Too funny.
You talk about things that we did when we were stupid. My friend drove across the country in a Volkswagen that didn't have the gas gauge. So they had to pull over and find thin sticks and stick it in the gas tank to see if they had gas. And the bench in the back got ruined, so they put lawn chairs in there. And so every time they stopped short, the people in the back fell forward. I don't think it helped. And you didn't get pulled over. She goes, it was crazy. Like she goes, there was holes in the floor of the car, so if they didn't want to finish their drink, they'd pour it through the holes. It was so funny.
Oh, Grandma did. Manola made her a pillow to sit next to Ray. That was funny. Yeah, but I mean, kids used to lay on the back, like, I don't know, not a dashboard, but the back thing.
Yeah.
Lay on that and
in the station wagons, we would just sit. It was like fun to sit in the back of the station wagon. My friend had one, and they had that family they were good Catholics. They had a lot of kids, so it was like we had to find places to sit. So if you got crammed in the back hatch part, it was fun.
Right.
That was a treat.
Yeah.
Oh man. When we used to go to the drive-in movies, they used to put a blanket and a pillow in the wheel well, like the feet wells in the back. And so I don't know. We would just go and see half the movie and then fall asleep in the car.
Right. Oh my God. It was fun.
Yeah. I remember bench seating, so you could shove in as many people as possible. And then when you ran out of seats, you put people on laps.
Right. I used to be able to ride in the back of a pickup truck. And
my first car was a 71 Plymouth Fury Custom. And It had 2 bench seats. It was a huge gas guzzler. And um, we used to load it up. I mean, I used to drive like from high school to like, we would go on these field trips to the zoo, the Bronx Zoo, which is a big famous zoo. And, but it was close to my high school. And I would take like 8 people in that car, maybe more. And so 3 of us would just take like half, like a third of the class and just shove people in. And then our teacher would get us in without paying for the parking. It was just so much fun back then. Before the rules, before all the rules and the cops wearing, they have to wear the cameras. The other day when I went to the police precinct, they literally filmed me at the desk. They don't let anything slide.
No.
It was weird. The guy said, "Oh, wait, I got to put on my camera." And I'm like, "You have to record you handing me a piece of paper?" Okay.
Wow.
Okay. And, you know, we chatted a little. He wanted everything on the record. I'm like, what do they do with how do they hold all that tape? It's not really tape. It's recordings and it's digital. Because we taped stuff old.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you remember when like a CD was such new technology?
I know, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, my friend in college had a 8-track player, and most of the 8-tracks she had were really old fashioned, but she had like one Billy Joel and one like, I don't know. She just had a couple of the more modern stuff. It was funny.
Yep. That is funny.
And I'm like, do we have to listen to Elvis the whole way to Binghamton? Come on. She goes, "Oh, I got a Billy Joel." I'm like, "Yay!" We're like, so
too funny. What's the matter, Precious? She can't get comfortable.
Oh man, like cars we drove in, like the fabric on that's like glued to the ceiling on her car fell, like the glue got unglued, and it would hit us in the head as like we had the windows open and we flat on us as we drive.
Oh my God. Yeah, because everybody pretty much smoked, so their things came down from all the smoking in the car.
We should have cut it with a scissor out. It was just funny. And then she had a soft top and it was peeling. I go, "This is the ugliest car I've ever seen." And she's like, "I got it for free." I go, "That's what it's worth."
Oh my God.
That was back in the days where like your neighbors actually gave you a car because they didn't want to have the hassle of trying to sell it for $100. Yeah. We used to give stuff away all the time. Now everybody's like, "Oh, you think I could sell it?" Like, my dad wasn't a good reseller. He would just say, "Does anybody want something?" And if they go, "Yeah, I'll give you 20," he'd be like, "Okay." Oh, $100. He sold. One day I just said something about selling my car, and it was like anybody that walked by with a handful of cash, like basically got my car. I mean, literally like $200 for one car,
right?
For another,
right?
Yeah, there's no free cars today. Well, Tony gave away his old stuff. He just said, "I don't want to sell it to anybody because if they have an issue with it, they're going to want their money back." And I said, "Not really." And he said, "I'm giving it to charity." I'm like, "Okay, you do that. You do that even though somebody offered you $800. Okay, just give it away." So yeah, Tony will give away things. Unless I want him to get rid of it anyway. People. So.
I don't know, girl.
Yeah. So what did you say you were doing today? I have such short term memory issues.
I have to go finish filling out those papers to send to that lady. And then I have to call her back because it's not letting me upload them.
Is it a lady or I thought you were dealing with a man yesterday?
I was, and he had a family emergency, so he's not there today. So.
Okay.
Well, I have to do that.
It worked out for you.
Yeah, and then I got some packages I need to do my billing from my
okay, Ann.
auction.
Have a good day. Have a good
Bye, Ann. So I really got to go get that done because I'm going to have to call them back again.
It's
Yeah.
12
So
o'clock.
don't forget, guys. Dawn and Married Two Hip Chicks should be on now.
And you're going to have deals with.
These are the Dawns tomorrow. I'm going to have
tomorrow.
Ann's Art Boutique and Tooch Man on with us, and me and Teresa tomorrow. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. And next week we're on your channel on Thursday.
Yes.
And
then I'll be on Teresa's on Monday.
Well, you've got a busy week.
Yeah, I do.
All right, everybody.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. You got to sign off.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye. See y'all next time.